Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another broadcast of The Weekly with me, Neff. Please subscribe to the channel first and foremost. Share this video with some family members, friends, and colleagues. I appreciate the support. Avengers Doomsday is still filming without a finished script. Not really surprised here. Marvel's notorious for doing this. And I think with a film of this magnitude, we just had the Fantastic Four, which I think is going to be a decent success. With a film of this magnitude, Avengers Doomsday, this is the Hail Mary, right? Avengers Doomsday, Avengers Secret Wars to cap it off. You need to have more of a direction when you're doing a film this big with this type of ensemble, a lot of moving parts, a lot of different characters, a lot of twists and turns with this film. I think the filming has gone decent, but I think the direction may be kind of shaky at this point in time. When you're really trying to scrap together scenes, ideas, reshooting things, maybe taking things out, I just think it's kind of tough to do that without a script for a film of this magnitude. Maybe something smaller you could do that, but with this, going to be very interesting to read more into the details. When asked whether she has more scenes to shoot, Rebecca Romijn has confirmed that the Avengers Doomsday script is still in progress. Not quite sure they haven't finished writing the script. That's what she says word for word. Yes, Doomsday is currently shooting without a finalized script. Nothing has changed. It's still being written as we speak. The full cast is also not locked. How does that work exactly? Principal photography began in late April 2025, and most recently, Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige mentioned that the screenplay was still under development on set with daily rewrites and updates in progress. Now, side note, this film got pushed back, ladies and gents, if you didn't know. It was supposed to come out next summer. They pushed it back to December. More than likely, I think they're going to push this film back again to May 2027, so we'll be looking out for that. If they can get this film out in December, that's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a very action-packed December 2026. If they do, you have Avengers Doomsday and, of course, Dune 3. Or Dune Part 3, I should say. I think if these films do keep their slate, everything goes well with filming. We know they're shooting Dune Part 3 right now. If Marvel does keep this date, it's definitely going to be a December to remember. Feige described this as a part of Marvel's creative process, referring to the ongoing script changes as plussing, which is happening every day, and affirming that rewriting during filming has been a regular feature of their production model. Additionally, actors like Kelsey Grammer and David Harbour have stated that they haven't seen a complete script. Some were only briefed on broad concepts rather than full dialogue or story details, which kind of makes sense. Adjustments are still going and ongoing to incorporate cast changes and plot points. It goes without saying that shooting without a finalized script, which Marvel has done before, runs the increased risk of narrative inconsistency and structural confusion, which I was pointing to earlier. Constant rewrites can compromise pacing, character development, and thematic cohesion. Feige and company are playing with fire here. They need to get this thing done on time for its December 2026 release date. Do the main characters have a clear understanding of their arcs? I sure hope so. You can bet post-production reshoots will no doubt occur on Doomsday with editors scrambling to mold the damn thing into something coherent. You could say Marvel is in a bind here. Not only does this behind-the-scenes scramble look messy, but it also threatens the quality of Doomsday, a $300 million costing movie meant to be a pivotal chapter in the entire franchise. Another point I was making earlier, the Russo brothers, who are coming off a string of duds, are reportedly directing scenes with only a rough idea of who's actually in them. What could possibly go wrong? Not to anyone's surprise, Marvel productions are infamous for being rewritten in mid-shoot and repatched together in post. And with presumably half of Hollywood's A-list allegedly involved in this film, scheduling is a nightmare, so expect plenty of scenes to get reshuffled or rewritten as they go. Two ways to look at it. As I've said, this article kind of piggybacks on a lot of things that I was saying before I really got into the details of it, right? When you're doing this, it adds issues to just the direction of the film overall. You're going to have to do a lot of post-editing to make all of this work, especially when you're shooting scenes that you don't really have any screenplay or sequencing written out for. Is there storyboarding for this? I'd definitely like to know. And I'm definitely sure there's going to be a lot of action sequences in this film. The storyboarding would be extremely important, and or, like I said, screen direction. Now, on the other side of that, it allows you to be, I guess you could say, like water, as Bruce Lee would say, right? You can go in this direction, that direction. It's very fluid, but like we talked about, the editing is going to be a nightmare for this film. I do think this film's going to span at least 2.5 hours. I don't really see Doomsday being anything under 2 hours or even 2 hours flat for that matter. And so I think it's going to be very interesting to see how everything unfolds when it comes to cameras rolling and the completion of cameras rolling wherever they're shooting this film at this point in time. I know there's different locations and also the promotion that's going to come behind that. So we're definitely going to be looking close into that. Fantastic Four is a great way to get everything set up for Doomsday, in my opinion, right? Marvel just has to coast, make sure they get their homework done, get this film done, take care of it, because Doomsday is going to be one of those films you know they want to at least make $1 billion off of. And so, like I said, ladies and gents, we're going to keep our eyes eyes on what's going on with Avengers Doomsday until that supposed release of December 2026. Let me know what you think about this news down in the comments. Share this video, as I said, with some family members, friends, and colleagues. Like this video, right? Ring the bell for notifications if you've subscribed to the channel to keep updated on Avengers Doomsday. If you haven't subscribed, do that and ring the bell for notifications. Be safe. It's Neff signing off.